If you've taken a look at a college football jersey lately, you might have noticed something missing. Specifically, any remaining illusion that this sport is a pure, sacred amateur endeavor. This is Rico Suave from the College Pigskin Hour. So pour yourself a stiff one, because we're going to have an honest conversation about the future state of collegiate football. The second the ink dried on that $2.8 billion House versus NCAA settlement, and the NCAA approved 4 square-inch corporate patches, the floodgates didn't just open, they blew right through the stadium walls. Suddenly, athletic directors realized they needed $21 million a year in raw cash to pay their players. And their deeply dignified, historic solution? Turn classic college jerseys into NASCAR fire suits, 4 square inches at a time. In a show of pure, heartfelt solidarity with our cash-strapped athletic departments, I, too, have decided to auction off broadcast real estate tonight in hopes of earning a little coin. Because, let's be honest, these wool suits don't press themselves, and alimony really adds up if you aren't careful. So our first sponsor is brought to you by Portal Pal Direct, serving your transfer portal concierge and logistics. You bring the alleged tampering, they bring the moving ban. Let's talk about the University of Notre Dame, brought to you by Preparation C. FB Industrial Strength Hemorrhoid Cream, a heavy-duty cooling ointment designed for coaches, boosters, and fans sitting on the literal and metaphorical hot seat. Get yours today. Notre Dame is a program so obsessively traditional that for decades they refused to put corporate advertising inside their stadium. When they replaced their legendary natural grass field with artificial turf, traditionalist fans practically went into mourning, declaring it the tragic end of an era. Fast forward to today. Notre Dame inked a 6-year patch deal with SoFi for a staggering $18 to $20 million annually. Combine that with their $10 million a year Under Armour contract, and the Fighting Irish are raking in nearly $30 million every single year just for getting dressed. To keep traditionalists from fainting, Notre Dame smartly tucked a $1.4 million annual academic and financial literacy fund inside the SoFi deal. Because nothing says preserving amateur Olympic sports quite like a corporate banking patch on a gold helmet. Meanwhile, down in Columbus, brought to you by Portalflex, the quick-drying fabric refresh, a fabric spray that instantly dissolves iron-on team patches so recruits and transfer portal athletes can swap team logos on their gear in under 30 seconds. Change your loyalty, not your laundry. Ohio State didn't hesitate either, locking in J.P. Morgan Chase for roughly $17 million annually. Pair that with Nike's $16.8 million outfitting contract, and the Buckeyes generate $33.9 million a year purely off outfitting and jersey real estate. To put these insane numbers in perspective, Notre Dame brings in $18 million to $20 million a year from SoFi, which stacks on top of their approximately $10 million Under Armour apparel deal for a total of approximately $28 million to $30 million plus annually. Ohio State scores approximately $17 million from J.P. Morgan Chase, combined with approximately $16.8 million from Nike, bringing their annual uniform haul to approximately $33.9 million. The Big 12 Conference signed a deal with Monster Energy, worth approximately $20 million total across all 16 schools, meaning each program only sees $800,000 to $1 million per year. Now, let's talk about league packaging versus individual brand clout. Brought to you by Tamper-Gone encrypted burner phones. These disposable prepaid cell phones are preloaded with untraceable messaging apps specifically designed for high school recruiting coordinators and collective directors. So remember, no paper trails, no NCAA probes, just pure, unadulterated roster construction. While Ohio State and Notre Dame each commanded up to $20 million per year for a single patch, Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark decided to roll out the conference-wide Monster Energy entitlement deal. The total value? $20 million annually across all 16 member schools. America, really think about that math. A single jersey on Ohio State or Notre Dame is worth as much or more than the entire 16-team Big 12 conference branding deal combined. Monster Energy gets logo patches on uniforms, logos painted directly on field turf, and full broadcast entitlement. And institutional titans make that same cash by just handing over 4 square inches of cloth. Either we're witnessing two of the greatest valued collegiate programs in modern history, or Monster Energy pulled off the biggest collegiate Black Friday sponsor sale in the middle of July. Now, let us have a serious heart-to-heart. Brought to you by Booster Bribe High-Yield Chewables, a daily chewable vitamin that tastes like crisp $100 bills, formulated to keep 18-year-old five-star recruits happy, fed, and away from entering the portal. The outrage from old-school fans isn't really about a 4-inch corporate patch ruining a clean jersey. It's about what the patch represents. College football is officially a professional minor league machine. We have entered the full pay-for-play era. While student athletes earn tiny net margins on individual retail replica jerseys through group licensing deals, schools are using multi-million-dollar institutional patches to fund $21 million athlete payroll caps. Is it commercialized? Absolutely. Is it a stark departure from history? Unquestionably. But in today's landscape, you either adapt to the cold, hard capitalism of modern roster management, or you wind up like Dabo Swinney, standing on the sidelines preaching high school development and old school grit, while the rest of the country buys playoff caliber rosters with corporate sponsor money. You don't have to love the patches, but if you want your program to stay competitive, you'd better get used to the corporate logos because they are here to stay. And if one of the most traditionally historic, hard-headed, pompous collegiate programs, a.k.a. Notre Dame, has made this corporate move, you better believe we are now in a new, uncharted era of collegiate football. This was Rico Suave from the College Pigskin Hour, coming to you live from our studio in Barstow, California. Do me a favor, subscribe and like so that you can stay up to the minute with everything college football. And let me know below if you are in favor of this new $1 million sponsor era. Or is the holy sanctity that once was collegiate football officially part of years past that we will nostalgically tell our grandkids about? As always, stay prestigious, and good night, America.